Hi, Great Vanzini, once again. I am doing another show and tell, and this time it's on an electric acoustic nylon string made by Yamaha, and it's an NTX. I'm gonna forget this. I hate when they use numbers. I'm terrible at it. NTX 700. I think they just quit making this, but they do make a similar model still, and I can't tell you the difference. I don't know. An NTX 1 and an NTX 5 and an NTX 3 or something like that. We're talking about guitars that are in the $400 range. I think it was $439, something like that. That's about what I paid for this. And the new ones, this was a 700, was their low end in the 400s, and the new ones, the NTX 1 is in the 400 category too, and then the 3 jumps up to like 900, and then the 5 jumps up to like 1800. So they make them in various levels at Yamaha. It is a solid top, I want to say spruce. Where did it go? Yeah, solid top spruce. It doesn't say what the back and sides are made of. Clearly laminates, because on the high-end ones they clearly state that they're solid. On the $1,800 one, solid, some type of wood, sides and back, and it doesn't say that on this one, which is the giveaway. That means it's got to be laminates, right? It does have a rosewood fingerboard going back to before rosewood was an issue. It's got, I'm going to show you the headstock. They have these sort of orangish reddish keys on them that are sort of translucent. They actually, in the camera, they're looking much more bright and orange than they are in real life. They're a dark brownish orange, very cool looking. Of course, I use only original strings. I've not changed the strings on this, even though I've owned it for some number of years. It has really good tone. It's as I recall, they call it a thin body too. And it is a slightly, to my recollection, compared to a regular classical guitar, it's a slightly thinner body. It's a very compact body. It's got almost like a gypsy jazz look about it. So, very cool guitar. It has an electronics pack in it called the ART system. I had to dig it, man, and they don't say, oh, it's the ART System 61. Tells you nothing. I had to look and look and look, and I finally found a thing that said it stands for Acoustic Resonance Transducer, and it's really got like 2 piezo pickups in it. One covers the treble strings, and the other one covers the bass strings. But even it works really well. So you got separate volume controls for each pickup, and then you have a master volume control, and that's nice. I'm just playing it acoustically here. We'll plug it in. Has a wonderful sound. I could not find something that was like an acoustic amp simulator. Interesting. So I just have it set to a new preset mode, which has pretty much nothing in it except a straight clean amp kind of thing. I typically set the pickups on each pickup right in the middle, and then I just fine tune it from there depending on what I'm going through. Sounds to me like the bass side is just a little too much bassy. It also has a 3-band EQ, and I have the low turned all the way up. So maybe that's it. Boy, it really takes some getting used to when you haven't played a classical style guitar for a while, because of the bigger neck and the different radius. And I saw one thing that said the radius was a 25-inch radius, and I don't know if that's real or not. That seems so bizarre to me. But I mean, clearly classical guitars have a flatter neck and a wider neck, and if you haven't played one in a while, it does take some getting. It does take some getting used to, for sure. 9-volt battery. It's just in the $400 range. It's just beautiful. The wood is beautiful. The tone of it seems to me to be well above the $400 mark, even acoustically. Just acoustically. It just does great. I got it because I was recording back in the day sort of some jazzy tunes a la Willie Nelson, you know, like I wanted that Willie Nelson tone. And it gave that to me. And so, yeah, I mean, it's great that it's electronic. The plug-in goes in the strap jack there, so you got to put the strap on first and then plug it in. And electronically, I've not had any problems with it. I've not played it that much, also, but I do take it. I play it acoustically way more than I do plugged in. But in the old days when you had to plug it in, it was great because I didn't have to go to an amp. I could go directly into my little Scarlett type USB input to my DAW and then EQ it in the DAW and get great sounds out of it. I do need new strings. Yamaha NTX 700. The new model is I think called the NTX 1, and it's in the same price. I should have written it down. I want to say $439 at Sweetwater. I might have ordered this from Sweetwater. Setup, fretwork, all that kind of stuff is just great. It's Yamaha, you know, and I think Yamaha on their lower end or mid-range kind of stuff, I've just never had any troubles with it. And I've got my other bigger main acoustic. I got rid of my Gibson and my Taylor, but my main acoustic is a something 700 steel string, very much like this. Steel string acoustic with an electronics pack in it, although it doesn't have this cool ART system. And I see they have systems out with Yamaha with not just the ART system, but I just right before I started to record, some other little piezo system. And Yamaha, you know, if you want to buy a non-electronic electric acoustic, you can buy a straight nylon string acoustic for $140 off of Sweetwater at Yamaha. Now, I don't know if they're any good or not. I can't. So far, Yamaha's been so good. I can't imagine. I imagine they punch well above their weight, and of course you can go on up from there. But I mean, so they make them at every level, from very, very inexpensive to quite expensive. I think 9-volt battery goes right up front here. Just pops in there. It only fits in one way, so there's no messing around. You can see it's going much more treble as soon as I turn the amp on. Well, let's try that out. And you'll see there's bleed over from all the strings. There's with the bass pickup turned on and the treble off, but I can still hear a little bit of the treble strings coming through. So there's some bleed over. And we'll turn off the bass string and turn off the treble. Quite a bit of bleed over. I got it cranked all the way up though. Yeah, at about the halfway mark where I keep it, I can kind of hear the bass string through the amp, but most of what I'm hearing is just acoustically. Then we turn that up and you just hear it, kind of the bass note bloom. Anyway, it works pretty well, and I think if you were really going out to a house system, you know, you're always at the mercy of the sound guy who's running that house system. And if I was playing an acoustic gig, I could mess with the sound guy with this. So that's kind of cool. It's got a built-in tuner too. It's kind of like a, I don't know what those little clip-on tuners are called, snarks or sharks or something like that. I hate them because I always misplace them, or I always break them, or something happens. And yeah, I got my broken one right over here. So having that, and it works really well. And I compared the tuner to the Pod Go tuner. It's spot on, so that's good. So that's it. Great Vanzini with a Yamaha nylon string electric acoustic. It's a very cool. Until we see you again, talk to you later. Bye-bye. Give a thumbs up, thumbs down, leave a comment. Do feel free to subscribe. This will be my last nylon string guitar. Not necessarily my last Yamaha. Till we talk to you again, we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.